Hi, my name's Alex. I attend Westminster, and I'm going to be graduating Albany High School this year. Plans are to take a gap year, but I did get accepted into Oswego, so that I'll be attending fall 2022. I plan on, well, right now I have a job, but I plan on getting a second one. I'm thinking either like a plant store, or just like another cashier job. But I also plan on like volunteering at shelters and stuff like that. So, animal shelter.
Oh, at an animal shelter?
Yeah, probably Mohawk. I haven't started that yet, but I want to, like, maybe just providing like food for the animals and helping like take care of them and that type of thing. But
I'm just
I'd
saying
be
when you
volunteering, like I wouldn't be getting paid. He's just a
right,
kid.
right, right. I gotcha.
Mhm.
It just when you love animals, it can also be
Yeah.
hard to see the abandoned or hurt
Hmm.
ones. And it's
And I also know my grandmother made like this blanket for me where you can like just tie the fabric together. It's like the fleece. Like you can make little animal beds, and I'm thinking about doing that.
oh yeah.
Yeah. Cause like they're all like such small cages. Like they need beds. Have to be comfortable. Yeah, I really like animals. I'm actually going to Oswego for zoology, and then hopefully once I finish my undergrad, I can go to Cornell for vet school. But my grades definitely were not Cornell standards for high school, so hopefully I can get my grades on track at college. I can also get an internship through Oswego, so I'm excited about that. I might be able
Okay.
to work at a zoo.
Oh, so you want to do zoo animals, not just
I Well, if I do end up going to Cornell, I want to be a vet and I want to be an all animal vet. So working with big animals would be experience for me in that regards. But if I don't go into veterinary, I'd probably end up as like zoology or like animal rescue, that type of thing. I've really loved animals since I was really little. So kids will always be like, well, I want to be this when I grow up, and like mine was being a vet. Like it's just always been a interest of mine. Now I have a snake and a cat that are like mine, but we also have another cat and a dog, and my brother has a snake. So we all like animals, but I would have even more pets if I could. So
yeah, but tell me about this past year for you with COVID and
um it was definitely different. Up until like halfway through, a little over halfway through, we weren't able to go in at all. Like it was all online. Personally, it was very hard for me to focus and actually do my work online. And that was definitely, it was bad for everybody. But they eventually let us go in like hybrid, so I was going in like every other day, and then I eventually asked to go in every day to get my grades up. But now I'm passing, and now it doesn't even matter what grades I get because I actually got a really good grade last quarter. So it was definitely really hard for a while. Like I you don't really have to get out of bed when you have like online school. So like I really wasn't getting out of bed. I wasn't really like doing much um like self-care wise, and I it got really bad for a while, but I'm it's gotten a bit better because like people are going out more and I have a job and like I have to be doing stuff now. So it's gotten a little bit better.
My name is Henry. I'm a 12th grader at Albany High, and I'll be graduating in June 26th. So I'll be going to University at Buffalo for mechanical engineering in August. It's been like a crazy year because like since the coronavirus and everything, I have to like I have like some of my classes at home and then some of our classes at school. So like I keep like switching like between the days for virtual and then in person. So it's been like a crazy year, I guess. I want to design car. I've been like thought about, someday making my own brand of cars and like I even thought of like, the names and everything. So I hope like, one day I'll be able to. I was thinking of even like maybe cars will not even be online anymore. Maybe they'll be flying around maybe like 30 years, 40 years from now, maybe cars will be flying instead of like, like so many changes to the automotive like, companies and stuff. So and the automotive world. So I envision like mostly like the technological stuff we have now have like advanced like by the time by that time most of the things have advanced and then like things have gotten like a little bit easier for like everyone like transportation going to like everything has become like a lot easier like I mean that's what I'm thinking for like the future so
So, do
yeah
you feel hopeful for the future?
yeah hopeful very hopeful for the future yeah almost like try high school, almost like every exams I take, almost like not even high school, through like middle school and everything, almost like every exams I take, I pray to God like to help me like with the exams almost like every single time. So I mean, he has helped me like so many times throughout my whole childhood. So I'm just, yeah, very thankful. I even think like maybe he even helped me go to that school for like a certain reason. I don't even know, because like before I even like picked schools, I was like, I want to go to UB. So I just don't know why, but I just wanted to go to that school so bad for like some reason. So maybe it just like, guidance or something like that. So when I first came here, I was like, I didn't like know anything about this place. Like I was just so confused when I came here. Like when I came to church at first, like church was so different from like the church I was used to, and then school was also different. Everything was like so different. But like when I keep coming here, I just keep like loving this place. Like when Westminster is like a very nice place for me. Like even like they've done so many things for my family and like for me. So I'm just like very grateful. So. I remember like when we came here, I think a year later, I think a year later, we went on a trip to New York City for like a youth seminar or something like that. Like I met like a lot of people there, and then it was like a very nice time. Like that was like the first time I've ever went to like New York City too. So I just had like a very good time there, and then like it was very fun. And like I'm just like happy that church is like doing like certain programs for the youth and everyone to just like enjoy and learn like so many things from it. Yeah. I just want to say thank you for everything. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Heidi Reed. I'm graduating this year from Bethlehem Central High School. I would say this is the busiest year, and I mean, it's been fun. I enjoyed it, I would say. It wasn't terrible, but it definitely kept me busy. Yeah, I was in person doing hybrid from the beginning of school to like the end of December, and I've been remote ever since. I sleep way more when it's remote, and I don't have to get ready. I just like remote more. Next year, I'm going to SUNY Plattsburgh. I think maybe environmental science, but I'm not too sure. 2 or 3 years ago, me and some girls in my Girl Scout troop, we put together backpacks with science experiments in them, and we made a couple backpacks, and we looked up some projects that would be good for kids, and we brought the backpacks to a museum in Saratoga and gave it to them so they could hand them out for like schools that were visiting and stuff.
Have you ever thought about that in terms of the science, as sort of a science meets sociology thing?
I guess so. That's probably the beginning of my interest. Yeah, that definitely is. I thought it was interesting, especially as a kid. That'd probably be interesting. So I got like sick in late February, and then I kept getting like random sicknesses, and then I went to the hospital for a week, and then I got sick again. But I was just really tired. Because I was also really anemic, so just a lot of fatigue, and so didn't want to like leave the house because I was just really tired, and I didn't want to do school because I was really tired. And I'm definitely not as tired as I used to be. I think that's gotten a lot better. I definitely was very just overwhelmed, especially in the hospital the first few days. I was just like, because all the doctors were like, oh, we don't know what's wrong with you. So I was just like, okay, that's not helpful. But it's definitely a lot better now because I have diagnoses. So I'm not as stressed, but it was definitely overwhelming just because there was so much uncertainty. So I know people were praying for me because my grandma kept telling me she was. So I probably now I remember it, so I probably will try it. But I just completely forgot to be honest. I think I do think it worked because or I think it was helpful. I think it could also be helpful, maybe like maybe calming you down and like keeping you on the ground. I think that definitely is important to like remind yourself, just be right where you are and don't get like too caught up with everything, because there's a lot to worry about, and if you need it, just calm yourself down for a few seconds. But yeah, it's been fun here. It's been a nice little journey through Sunday school and youth group and everything.